When I'm building projects with shaped parts, like the arms, legs, and rails of this garden bench, I often make rigid templates like this. And these templates do three things for me. They enable me to trace complex shapes onto my workpieces. I can duplicate these parts perfectly with template routing, and templates give me the option to build these projects again in the future without having to lay out all the parts all over again from scratch. Now, sometimes I make my rigid templates from cardboard patterns like these sold by Rockler for this English garden bench. And other times I'll enlarge a gridded drawing from a published plan onto paper. But then, how do you go from the cardboard or paper pattern to this? Well, here are some tips for how I make the rigid templates. First of all, when you're making rigid templates, you've got some material choices. My favorites are 1/4" MDF and 1/4" plywood. Both of these are relatively inexpensive if you mess them up, and that sometimes happens. And they have reasonably durable edges. And bright plywood like this makes it really easy to see your layout lines when you're laying out your template and cutting it out. But don't make your templates from 3/4" solid wood like this. It's harder to cut this out accurately and to refine the edges by sanding. Now, if you're starting with a cardboard pattern like this, obviously the first step is going to be to carefully trace it onto your template blank. If you're tracing onto MDF as I am here, I like to use a black fine-tipped marker rather than a pencil. I think it's a lot easier to see your layout lines this way. And if you're starting your rigid template from a paper pattern like this, buy a can of spray-mount adhesive. You can find this at any hardware store or home center in the adhesive section. Spray your template blank down with a light coating of the adhesive and carefully stick your paper pattern to it. And if your pattern includes straight lines, like this one does, lay it out on your template material to take advantage of those straight lines if you can. You can see here that by laying out my pattern along the straight edge and end of this template blank, I've already got two nice straight lines of my template taken care of. But if I had laid it out this way, for instance, I'd have to cut out every single straight line. Don't work any harder than you have to. Now go ahead and cut your template out. Take your time and cut as close to your layout lines as possible. This is where accuracy is really important. But give yourself a little room outside of the layout lines to refine the shape off the saw. And if you can use a fence on your saw to help make sure that straight lines come out perfectly straight on your template, by all means, do that. And now it's time to refine the template's shapes. And if my templates have curves, most of that work happens here at my spindle sander. I try to use the largest diameter drum I can because I find that it leaves fewer divots in the edges of my templates, and it also makes really broad curves easier to sand. This is also the time when you're going to be glad that you didn't use overly thick material for your templates, because the more material you have to remove, the more difficult it is to sand accurately. Whatever sander you use, work very gently to refine the edges of your template. Don't force the sander to remove a lot of material in any one spot, and keep the template moving. Work in light, smooth, and controlled passes here. And after the sanding is done, your template's ready to go. But here's one last tip. If you've got some finish you want to use up, put a coat of it on your template. It can be any film-forming finish you have on hand. Shellac, varnish, lacquer, doesn't really matter. The finish will help prevent double-sided tape from lifting fibers up out of the template material, and it also makes the tape residue easier to remove. This is one good way to help your templates last longer. And after all the effort you put into making them, I think it's well worth it. I hope this video helps your template making efforts. I'm Chris Marshall with Woodworker's Journal magazine, and thanks for watching.